Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a first impressions of Dollar Tree makeup. I am so excited to dive into this and see what new products they have and try them out for you. So if you want to go ahead and see what products I picked up, some new things that are at the drugstore that I bet you probably didn't know, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I went ahead and pulled my hair back so we could get started. Plus, my hair is just like, it's got its own mind today, and I'm just not dealing with it. But, so I got a bunch of goodies from the dollar store. Most of this stuff, almost all of it, was given to me in my mystery box by my sister to try out. So I do like doing these because you can find some interesting finds, some either not so great, or some stuff that actually ends up working out pretty well from the dollar store. And they've actually been getting some brands that you may know. Like we have Maybelline, we have Wet n Wild, and we also have Flower Beauty. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so first up, of course, we have to prime our skin, and they had the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Glow Primer. Prismatic Pearls boost skin radiance, and it's hydrating. This is 1.62 fluid ounces, and yes, it was at the dollar store, so only $1. You can find Hard Candy, I know, at like Walmart, but even then it's still only a couple bucks. I think I got the gripping primer. I think it's only like $4.99. It did have a seal on it, so I just put that off, and it comes in like this squeezy tube here. It's a pretty big size for a primer. So let's go ahead and pop some. Oh my gosh, that is golden. I don't even think this has like a shade name on it. So it's like, do they come in different shades? Okay, so let's go ahead and, oh my god, am I even using this right? I'm gonna hold it like this so I can read. Apply with fingertips onto the face and gently blend into skin. Let it set and follow with makeup. Okay, let's do this. I have like normal to oily skin. I don't have like crazy oily. I do like when my skin looks nice and healthy glowy, not like oily and gross and greasy. So we will see how this works. Okay, well, I will say it blended out pretty well. I was like, what is about what look at my hands. Oh my god, wow, I definitely look a lot glowier now. Let me look in my mirror here a little bit. Oh yeah, you definitely see like a lot of like sparkle, but it's not like intense sparkle. It's not like you see little specks all over the face, but it definitely is sparkly. It's not like tacky or anything like that. And it does say it's a silky smooth formula that illuminates and enhances skin radiance while hydrating and better makeup application. Prismatic primer evens out skin tones and minor flaws while prepping complexion for makeup application. I don't really think my skin is like smoothed out at all. I don't know how I feel about it, and it's just kind of like slippery. So we will definitely see how makeup applies underneath that, and I really need to go like wash my hands. All right, so next up is foundation, and I couldn't find any shades that were in between the two that I have here. These were given to me by my sister in my box. She gave me the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in soft ivory, and that's what it looks like, but it looks way too pale for me. And then she also gave me the Wet n Wild stick foundation in buff beige, which is for light to medium neutral, which looks way too dark for me. So I have to now decide, do I want to look like an Oompa Loompa, or do I want to look like I'm dead again? So we are going to swatch them both to figure out which one will be the best choice. So I'm gonna pop this open. Oh, yep, still got that paint smell. This one might not be so bad. Well, that's pretty light. So we've got that one. Or that one. What if I mixed the two? Sometimes I think of good ideas. All right, so I have decided we are going to mix them both. So first what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the stick foundation on my face. I haven't tried the stick formula. I've only ever tried the paint selling one, which this one doesn't smell like really anything. And I think this foundation goes for like $5.99. And then I'm assuming that the stick foundation is just about the same. Okay, now we're gonna blend it all in together and hope for the best. So finding it at the dollar store for only $1 is a pretty good deal if you can get your right shade. Because the foundation is actually a pretty decent foundation for drugstore. I think it was one of like Wet n Wild's first really good products that people were amazed by. I think that actually ended up working out pretty well. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner. As I was prepping to film this video, I was like, what am I gonna do? Nothing goes together. But it's all actually blending out very well. It's definitely got a nice full coverage to it as well. All right, so this is my skin with both foundations blended out. I think it looks pretty okay. Obviously, I've got pimples and bumps, so you're gonna see those. I mean, there's just no hiding them. But overall, my skin is looking pretty okay. And you definitely see some like shininess peeking through like these areas here. But it's not too bad. So I'm hoping that that primer will help hold up the foundation. Now for concealer, let me find it. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a concealer. Oh, I don't know why I'm opening it. I haven't showed you it yet. This is the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Stick. And I thought it might have been like a highlighter, but no, it almost would be. See, I haven't used stick contour things in such a long time, but according to the diagram, you know, you can use it under the eyes. So I'm just going to use that as my concealer because I don't have another concealer. Let's go ahead and pop this open. I got the shade Light. So this is what the packaging looks like. Very cute. So just to swatch, that is the contour shade. It's a pretty nice shade. And it's actually very creamy too. And then we have that highlight shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this on. I'm just gonna kind of draw it on here. And see how that goes. I'm not gonna highlight all over the face, just use this as my concealer. I like to do my contour higher up because I do have like a baby face. I don't have a whole lot of structure, so I like my face to look lifted. And I'm just going to take my beauty sponge and we are going to blend out. I'm going to start with my contour here. Forgot to put my contour up here too. It's late. I worked today, so I'm exhausted. All right, so this is my face with the contour on. I feel like the contour shade might be a little too light. You can kind of see it, but not really. But I do think it worked pretty nice on my nose. I really like how it made my nose look nice and slim, which is a plus. So now, before I go in and powder everything, by the way, I also used it under my eyes. It did okay. It's definitely not something I'm like, yes, I need to use all the time and gravitate towards. It did okay. I liked it highlighting like the center of my face, but I don't really care for it under my eyes. Before we go ahead and set everything, I do have a blush from Flower Beauty. This is a cream blush, and this is in the shade Winsome Rouge Some. So let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm really intrigued at the fact that Flower Beauty, it was a newer brand and literally already made its way to the dollar store. I mean, it was sold at Ulta and then it got taken away from Ulta. I used to work at Ulta and I think that they had just recently brought it to Ulta, and then whenever I had left, it was shortly after that and they started discontinuing all the stuff. But this is what the packaging looks like. Super pretty. So let's pop this open. I've never seen this product. They might have had it and I just never noticed it. How the heck do you get this thing open? Come on. I'm just over here breaking my nail because I can't get this open. Okay, there we go. And that is what the shade looks like. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like little specks of something in there. Is that mold? I don't know if you guys can see that, but in that corner over there, it looks like there's mold in there. I don't care if I'm trying to review products. Looks like it's got mold on it. I am not touching that to my face. It's not happening. No, no, no. No, ma'am. So since that was a bust, I'm gonna go powder my face and we'll be right back to jump into the next products. All right, so now I powdered my face and I added some bronzer. I just went in with my Neutrogena powder and I used my Milani bronzer. So I'm sticking with like the drugstore. So this is what my skin is looking like so far. It's doing pretty okay. Not my go-to favorite thing, but it is looking pretty decent. Next, we're going to dive into the blush that I have, and this is the Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink Blush. It looks very pretty, almost like a nice corally tone, which is right up my alley. And this is what the packaging looks like. It does come, of course, with one of these little brushes that I am not going to be using, so right in the garbage it goes. It looks like it does have like a sheen to it, like a... Well, not so much when you swatch it. Well, it's very, very pretty. It does look like it has like some sort of like shimmer to it, and I do not like shimmery bronzers, so we will see how that applies to the face. I will say it's very pigmented. I can't tell if that glow is from the primer, which I think it is. All right, so this is the blush, and actually looking in my mirror, I don't see a lot of like the shimmer and stuff coming off on the skin, which makes me really happy. It's a very pigmented blush, very beautiful. So I actually really do like this blush. It looks very nice. All right, so next up is highlighter, and I'm actually really excited about this highlighter. This is the Hard Candy Just Glow Glow Dome. Looks very pretty, and this is in the shade Rose Gold. It's a light and bouncy highlighter. It says, take your glow to the next level with Hard Candy's Glow Dome Bouncy Highlighter. This head-to-toe soft bouncy jelly dome of shimmery of shimmer drenches skin in a sea of soft, ultra reflective 3D iridescence. The lightweight, luxurious formula glides on effortlessly, sets seamlessly, blends evenly, and looks flattering on all skin types. That's a lot of claims. I will say, even though it is plasticky packaging, it's actually kind of luxe looking with like the rose gold on here. It looks very nice. And again, it's hard candy, so this is at least a couple of dollars at the drugstore. And so that is what the highlighter looks like. Let's go ahead and swatch. It's not like a super buttery formula. Ooh, but that is gorgeous. That is really pretty. All right, so we are just gonna dip in and apply to the face. It's definitely not like a pow in your face type of glow. It's very glowy. It is really pretty. I do like it if you're looking for like that nice soft glow. It's definitely not in your face though. I love highlighters that are in your face, but if I'm looking for just like a soft, like I'm not doing much but hanging around, like this is a nice go-to highlighter. All right, so my skin, I'm actually kind of impressed at how good my skin is looking. Like I think it looks pretty decent so far. We are diving into brows, and I have two brow products here. The first one is this Wet n Wild You Got You Burned, whatever that means. And it says it fills and defines brows. This is a cream gel. Ultimate Brow Mascara. Let's see, what do you claim? Easy to apply brow mascara instantly fills in brows and holds them in place for a perfect definition. Formulated with a gentle tint to give a polished look that dries in a powder finish without the stiffness. Okay. So I suck at doing my brows. I do them the best I can. I think they turn out okay, but they could always be better. My brows are just atrocious to begin with. I just have a lot of hair in my brows and they grow so fast. And I am just too afraid to try like microblading or anything like that. So I just get them, you know, waxed when I remember to have time to, or I just use my little like razor and get any areas that I can, because I also don't like to pluck my eyebrows because I don't like to put myself through pain. So this is what the mascara looks like. It definitely feels lightweight. Oh my. What kind of color is this? Oh my god, and that feels so dry. Let's see though. So I'm just combing this through my brows. And this is a light shade, obviously a lot lighter than my actual brows. Oh god, what's happening? What did I do? Uh-oh. Come on, get that clump out. This is gonna be atrocious. Okay. Okay, I feel like I'm dyeing my brows a different color because this is like light brown. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. All right, so I still have the Broadway eyebrow kit that I used when I tried out everything my sister gave me in her box. So that's what we're gonna go into to try to save the day. I'm not very good at this either, but it's better than the other option I had. So we're just gonna take my brush here and go to town with these brows. Okay, so I went through trying this to finally going with my Wet n Wild brow pencil that was only like $3.99 at the drugstore, because nothing is working and these brows look atrocious, atrocious. But we do have one more product to go with, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. This is the Lift Brows Brow and Shapes highlighter from Wet n Wild, and it's like a pinky tone. That's what it looks like pure pink. But I'm gonna line underneath my brows here, hopefully maybe to give them some better shape. So my brows are so atrocious, so atrocious, but we are moving right along, and I need to go ahead and put my base on my eyelid so we can jump into the eyeshadow, so I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and primed my eyelids. So I went in with the Morphe eyelid primer because it's a more affordable option versus my favorite, which is the P. Louise. So I sacrificed using that so we could stay on the more affordable side. But now diving into the eye products. So I only have 2 products. So I did grab a ColourPop eyeshadow to kind of like help me out just a little bit. But the first things I have here, this is from Flower Beauty. This is the Eyes on the Prize eyeshadow Chubby in Teal We Meet Again. This is such a pretty color. It's definitely a nice teal shade there, which I have never really used one of these before, so that's gonna be fun. And then I also have from Wet n Wild, this is the Wet n Wild Pump Keep Going Waterproof and Sweatproof eyeshadow. And it's in this nice goldeny, does it have a name on here for it? It's in the shade Mud Run. And that's the shade there. So we've got those to play with, and I've got this palette, which is only $12 from ColourPop, to kind of help out with using this product. So starting off with this, what I'm going to do is put this all over my lid space here. So let's pray this goes well. All right, so I went ahead and applied that on, and it went on pretty smooth. It's a very pretty color. So now I just need to get a small fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in the shade Plain here to kind of help diffuse those edges a little bit. And hopefully this diffuses nicely. All right, so it did diffuse out pretty well. It's looking okay. So what I am going to do now for the lower lash line is I'm going to take my flat brush here, and I'm just going to tap on the tip here, and that's what I'm going to drag on my lower lash line. All right, so now I want to incorporate this stick a little bit, and I think this is what I'm going to pop on in my inner corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it in there. And then I'm going to take a clean brush to diffuse those edges on that one as well. So I'm going to go back into the highlighter shade here, and I just want to tap this on the center of the lid and see if I can get any sort of shimmer to appear on my eyes just a little bit. That's not really working the way I wanted it to. So I'm just going to dip into Blue Taffy, this shade here, and I'm going to put this in the center of my lid. That's pretty. But just to give a little something extra on the eyes there, I'm gonna go in with, oh yeah, I got to, the glitter shade in the middle, and just tap that on as well. I need something to pop. All right, so this is the eyeshadow look. Definitely not something that's my favorite, but it did work for what the products I did have was. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the rest of my makeup. I am gonna use my Ionian lashes, which can also be found at the dollar store, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop on everything else, and we'll be right back to go into the lip products. All right, guys, so this is my makeup fully done, except for the lips. We're doing that now. But as far as the eyes go, I think it looks pretty. It's not my favorite look, but I think it turned out nice with the products that we did have. Now I do have 5 lip products here, and I'm just going to walk through each of the lip products that I have. First up, we have this Wet n Wild. This is a black shade in Late Night. So I'm going to pop this open and we can swatch it. So this looks like more of a purpley shade, and I don't really like the consistency of that at all. Doesn't really have a smell to it. So that's out of the running. Next we have this Flower Beauty red shade, and this is called Cactus Flower. I think this is so pretty. This is what the shade looks like. Unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna go with my look, but it is so pretty and creamy. That is such a gorgeous shade. And there's no scent to it. So I'm happy I have this. So I really like that shade. That's so pretty. Next we have this Mega Cushion Soft Matte Lip Cream from Wet n Wild as well. Oh, so this is what that looks like. So I'm just gonna squeeze some out and hope that a ton doesn't come out. Oh, there it goes. Wow, that took a lot of pressure. Oh, that's a nice tone too. This is definitely interesting. Let's see. Definitely buildable and seems soft. That's pretty. It's not going to go with my look yet again, but this is pretty. This is called Melon It Like It Is. So pretty. Next we have the Maybelline Amp Up the Intensity Color Jolt Lip Paint. This is in the shade Stripped Down. And this also has kind of one of those applicators, but this one came out a lot easier. Oh, that's a pretty color. That is what that looks like a light mauve color. There's not a scent to that one. And lastly, we have this Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Color in the shade Hickory Smoked. This packaging definitely has like a matte feeling, and it's like a chubby stick. And that's what that shade looks like. I don't know which one to use, that one or that one. I'm thinking that one's gonna go the best. Yeah, I'm thinking that shade's gonna go the best. And that is the Color Jolt Intense Lip Paint. So let's go ahead and apply this. So this is the color. It's really pretty. It's obviously not like a liquid lipstick. It's just like like it says, a lip paint, almost like a lip cream, but it is very soft. It's not sticky. It feels really good and lightweight on the lips. All right, and the last product we have is this Hard Candy Brighten Sheer Envy Brightening Setting Spray with vitamin C and rose water. It says it's 12-hour long wear and hydration. So we're gonna set our face with this. Let's see what the mist looks like. Okay, it's okay. I definitely see a glow to the skin, so definitely gives a nice glow. Doesn't really have a strong scent or anything. All right, guys, so this is, of course, the final look. Walking through the products here, starting with the primer. The primer, I think, worked pretty well. It didn't make my skin look super glowy or anything, and my foundation actually looks really good on top of it. The foundation seemed to work really well together. Wet n Wild does have a decent foundation formula, so I think that helped. I cannot figure out what to do with my hair right now at all. It's just, my hair is just a hot mess. Anyway, then we have the cream blush. Refuse to try because I swear there is mold in there. The regular blush is actually super pretty, very, very gorgeous. The highlighter is a nice subtle highlighter if you're just looking for something that's not going to be out there in your face. I prefer out there in your face, so I don't think I'm going to gravitate towards it as much, but it is still pretty. The contour stick I would pass on. I mean, it worked really nice on my nose, and maybe I'll keep it for that purpose. But other than that, I don't think it really did a whole lot anywhere else. Let's see what's next. Eyeshadow. So eyeshadow, the sticks actually worked pretty well. I think they performed pretty decent. I wish my eyeshadow look was just a little bit better, but overall for dollar store, it looks pretty good. It's not cracking or anything. Eyebrows, that product, nope, couldn't do it. Not happening, and it took me a hot minute to fix my eyebrows. Now, the highlighter that I put underneath was actually okay. Even with it having that pink tone, it actually turned out pretty nice. What's next? Of course, I love my Ioni lashes. Those are the best, and they're from the dollar store. I think lastly we have lips, and I still have my swatches on my hand. So I think all of them are pretty except for this one. This one is the Liquid Catsuit. I do not like this at all. No, but the rest of them are really pretty, and I can't wait to try them out with other looks. And the setting spray, my skin looks nice and glowy, but not in like an oily kind of way. And if it's got 12-hour wear, I don't know if it really will have 12-hour wear because I'm not gonna wear my makeup that long. It's already late. But as my looks with my skin, everything seems to look pretty okay. Definitely hit up your local Dollar Tree. See if you can find some of these Wet n Wild, Maybelline, and Hard Candy, and what was the other brand? Flower Beauty. I can't believe Flower Beauty is at the dollar store, but it is. So anyway, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give this a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. I'd love to have you guys a part of the fam. Remember, 500 subscriber giveaway when I hit that point, so let's make that happen. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.